Journaling has been one of the easiest but also most effective things that have helped me on my healing journey. It's helped me overcome so much and just being able to get over so many emotional blockages that I've had. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about journaling and how it can help you on your healing journey as well. Hi, I'm Missy. Welcome to Healing for Brown Girls, where we have conversations about healing for women. If this is your first time, please hit the like and the subscribe button so that you can be notified every time I post a new video on Wednesdays. First and foremost, there are no rules to journaling. There are no do's or no don'ts. Journaling is all about you. It's about taking your thoughts and putting them into paper. It's about putting all of your pain, your emotions, whatever it is that you're going through, into some form of writing, art, audio, whatever that looks like for you. When I was younger, I used to write short stories and poems, and at the time I didn't know that I was journaling. But I realized I would put myself into a lot of these characters or these poems that I would write about, and I never understood why it felt so therapeutic. But it felt so therapeutic because I was finding a way, an outlet to channel all of my thoughts and issues I was going through at the time, or just needing an outlet to express myself. First, you want to find a journal that speaks to you. And there are so many different places you can find a journal, whether that's Target, Walmart, Amazon, even your drugstores like CVS and Walgreens will have journals. So you really want to find a journal that speaks to you. And for me, I like to find something that catches my eye, that's pretty, because something about just writing in that journal that I picked out that looks good just makes me feel good on the inside too. If you're someone who's just starting out journaling, or you're trying to get back into it again, I would suggest just choosing one day out of the week that you can journal and make that your day where you just sit and journal. And try not to put all of these rules around journaling. You can journal for 10 minutes or an hour. Just allow yourself to do what feels natural. Over the years, I've always journaled on and off, but for the past 3 years, it's been something that has become a routine for me. I'm not someone who journals every day, but I do journal weekly. And for me, I just let it flow. So whatever comes to me, whatever I journal about, or if maybe I had a therapy session and my therapist gave me homework, or if I wanted to journal about that and what I'm learning, then I'll journal about it. But otherwise, I don't have too many rules set up for me when it comes to journaling. What you don't want is for journaling to start feeling like a chore and something that you hate doing, because you won't go into it being vulnerable and open to see what comes out. One thing that I do with my journaling is that I start every single journal entry with a word that describes how I'm feeling at that moment. So if it's stressed, happy, sad, mad, whatever it is, I start my journal entry and put the word at the top, because when I go back and look at my old journal entries, I can kind of see a trend with how I was feeling, or maybe see what was really going on with me at that moment. And I find out that has been so helpful in really helping me to open up and just journal about my feelings. There's so many different ways to journal. Journaling doesn't have to be just writing. A lot of people like to speak their feelings so they can have an audio journal. A lot of people like to paint or draw so they can have a journal that consists of art, or some people will mix a few things and that's their journal. It doesn't matter. It's all about just being able to put your thoughts into some form of expression. Also, there are different journaling techniques that you can incorporate when journaling. I find that I typically use a combination of all of these different techniques, and sometimes it really depends on what I'm journaling or going through at the moment. I may use one more than the other. Intuition journaling is a form of journaling where you ask yourself a question and you answer the question based on your intuition. A lot of the times we want to do something or want to answer to a question and we already really know the answer, but we choose to do the opposite anyways. And as women, our intuition is so important. It's part of us. It's what makes us different from men. So intuition journaling really allows you to be honest, get clear with yourself, and have that gut level response that you normally wouldn't listen to. Stream of consciousness journaling is a form of journaling where you write the first thing that comes to mind and you keep writing. You keep writing until you don't feel like writing anymore or you've run out of thoughts. It's a form of free writing where you just write and release your thoughts, and you're not thinking about grammar or punctuation. You're not thinking about being right. You're not thinking about run-on sentences. You're literally just writing and taking all of your thoughts and putting it onto paper. And I really love this form of journaling because it's like taking everything that you're feeling, that you're wanting to say, that you're wanting to express yourself, and putting it into paper and leaving it there. For these types of journal entries, I typically don't read them again. I typically just leave it alone. And for me, it's as if I've released everything and I had somewhere to put it and I don't have to go back into those feelings or emotions anymore. Another journal technique that I really like is dialogue with yourself. So essentially, it's like talking to yourself. So you would ask yourself a question or make a statement and you answer that question as yourself. So a good example of that is, for example, let's say you've had a childhood experience that you want to talk about that childhood experience and ask questions as your younger child. Once you ask yourself that question, you would then answer it as your older adult self. So it allows you to ask yourself questions and answer them at the same time, but in different perspectives. Unsent letter journaling is when you write a letter to someone that you don't plan to send them. I love this journal technique because it really allows you to be brutally honest about someone. And the letter could be about anything. It could be something good, something bad, or indifferent. It could be a way for you to express your feelings. And sometimes we go through things with people that maybe we're not ready to forgive them. And it's a perfect way for you to really just explore your feelings and how you're feeling about someone else without having to have a conversation with them yet. If you're someone who's new to journaling or you don't feel like it's something that you're going to benefit from, I really feel like maybe starting off with a journal prompt will help. That's what I did when I really started to get into journaling, and that really helped me to be consistent with it. One journal prompt that I really love, and I got this from Iyanla Vanzant. I watch her videos all the time. I have some of her books, and she had a 30-day challenge where the journal prompt was for you to ask yourself, who am I? And for 30 days, you would ask yourself that question and answer it. So you would answer it based on whatever came to mind. And it was so interesting because every day I would find different things about myself, or I would realize that there are different aspects of myself that I was not being honest with. And some days it was really hard. It was hard for me to really think, who am I outside of being a sister, being someone's partner, being a nurse practitioner, all of these titles that we give ourselves. It really allowed me to think about, okay, if I stripped all of that away, who am I? Another journal prompt that I really love is, what story am I telling myself about blank? So for example, what story am I telling myself about love? What story am I telling myself about money? I really love this journal prompt because it allows you to really find your deep, dark feelings, emotions about a certain topic. And a lot of times you may find that you have all of these negative emotions about something, and maybe you've been struggling with that thing, and being able to write about it will really show you what it is that you're feeling and being able to correct it. The last journal prompt is, what affirmations do I need right now? And this is just simply you writing down all of the affirmations that you're needing for yourself right now. It could be about health, it could be about love, it could be about money, it could be about success. I mean, whatever affirmations that you need in this moment. I like to freely just write affirmations when I'm journaling, and it really helps me to put things into perspective and again, shift my emotions and feelings about certain, especially if it's something that I'm struggling to be positive about at the moment. Your journal should be private and it's just for you. I guard my journal like I guard my life. The only time that I will take my journal out of my home is if I'm solo traveling. Otherwise, I don't let anyone touch it. I don't let people look in it. It's just for me. And it has my most precious and intimate thoughts in there. So for me, it's a violation of privacy if anyone would ever dare to read my journal. So if you're someone who does not live alone and you live with other people, don't leave your journal laying around. You know, put it in a safe space, put it somewhere that only you are privy to, or respectfully ask other people not to touch or read your journal. Healing emotional scars and trauma has really been one of the most challenging things on my healing journey. Just being in tune with my emotions and learning to acknowledge them and accept them for what they are at certain times. And it doesn't feel good. Sometimes it's painful. But journaling has truly helped me express myself. It has truly given me an outlet to pour myself into, to be honest with myself, to say things to people that I couldn't say or that I won't say to them. It's been a place of refuge for me. And it also really feels good to read old journal entries and look back and to be able to see my progress. Occasionally I'll read old journal entries, from 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even from a few months or a year ago. And it's nice to see where I was at and how I've been able to overcome certain challenges, or how I'm just in a completely different phase of my life. So if you're someone that journal, comment below a good journal entry for the rest of us, or what do you realize has helped you with journaling? If you have any questions about any of the tips that I gave in this video, please reach out to me at healingforbrowngirls@gmail.com, and I'd love to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, please like and share with a friend, a family member. And until next time, bye.